Johnny Dumbbell, we in the building once again, fam.
Yeah, baby. Monday night. This is the
Hey,
show.
we talk about consistency is key because we really live that, sir.
We do, and we got to. That's the way it's got to be every day consistently. And just as much as you make your bed, you should be reminding yourself of that. Actually, maybe even more.
I made my bed today, Johnny. How about you?
Every single day, baby. That's the first thing I do. I don't even leave the room. We got to remember that sets things up for you. Yeah. That sets you up for success. And remember, that means that before you even left your bedroom, you already accomplished something. And that should set a really positive tone for the rest of your day. But if it doesn't, you got your uncles here. Come see us. We got you.
That's right. And I will explain to you the number of times that I have unexpectedly brought a female to the crib and having my bed nice and made and my room on point, smelling
Absolutely.
good, made a huge difference.
Yep.
Hey, what's good, Mini Mom? Shout out to you.
Hey!
Always appreciate having you in the chat. All right, Johnny's Monday night. It's Ask Your Favorite Uncles. So what do we got?
So we've got I was originally gonna have 3 questions for us, but tonight, like right before I set things up, this is why you guys didn't notice, but Uncle Bill noticed. I was a little bit late getting into the studio because I got a bonus question tonight. And it's a short one, but I think it's very important that we actually address the issue. So what we have here, and yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, before we get to that, for those of you who are new to the show, because what I'm understanding, there's a couple of new comments and a couple of new likes that I saw on our last podcast that I didn't recognize the names of. A couple of people that were not already regulars. So for those of you who don't know, or for those of them who don't know, Bill, introduce yourself real quick.
Well, Johnny, my name is William D. Conqueror, and I'd like to welcome y'all to my channel. I got one question for you tonight, nephews. Can you even conquer yourself? Let's talk about your discipline, self-discipline. Because us as men, if you want to look at my discipline, if you want to know about my discipline, take one look at me. You can see it on me. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you and the things that you need to get your life on track, because that's why we're here, Johnny. We're your favorite uncles.
That's right.
I'll go ahead and let everybody know a little bit about you, Johnny.
So I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I am a personal trainer and lifestyle coach here in beautiful Pittsburgh, PA, where, listen, the Steelers and the Pens did let us down this weekend, but listen, I just want to point something out here. The Riverhounds, they won the Eastern Conference quarterfinal. Now, these guys are professional soccer players who none of them make any more than, say, 75, 80 grand a year. I watched them beat New York City FC, guys who make $500,000, $2.5 million a year. I watched them beat those guys here in Pittsburgh. But now we are in the conference final, which means one more win, and we are in the championship game. And, I got to tell you, I'm really proud of those guys. Shout out to Danny Griffin. Shout out to Junior Ed, too, our goalie Eric Dick. Everybody on that team, you guys are the best, and I can't wait to watch you kick some ass this Saturday and get us to the championship, baby. Let's go, Hounds. Anyway, so I'm here to talk to you. I get excited about that. Remember, football is football unless it's football. Anyway, but I mean, I'm not here to talk about success. I'm more here to talk about failures and what it means to our lives sometimes. And wow, that was weird. And those things, I would say include, self-confidence, self-improvement, physical and mental health, spiritual health, if that's the kind of thing you believe in. Otherwise, emotional. The point of it is we've screwed so many things up in our lives that we are here to tell you those stories and to relate what we've learned from them, because otherwise you're doomed to repeat them, fellas. And we are here to help you make sure that you don't, you have to deal with the way we do. In other words, we screwed up so you don't have to. We might be the uncles that the entire family talks about, but remember, there's a moral to every story. And if you can learn that, you will find out that you don't have to repeat the same kind of dumb things we did. And by that, yeah.
That's right, Johnny. So you gotta understand, chat. We look at each and every one of you as our nephews, and if you've been misguided, misled, or not given the information you need to move like a man, we are here to help you, not judge you, but to lead you. And by that, our goal is to show you how to lead yourself. You shouldn't be looking to anyone for outside influences. We'll get to that, Johnny. Let's get to our questions tonight. And if you guys have any questions of your own, put them in the chat. Let us know in the comments. I do got a call-in number, and you know what? I'm on my game tonight, so I got it up. So please call in with your own questions. We'd love to answer them for you.
Yep. And so question 1 is from Rufus, parentheses, not my real name. Strange way to pronounce it. I love this. Hey, like I said, guys, you ain't got to tell us who you actually are. You just got to tell us what's actually bothering you. We'll help you through it. So Rufus says, expressing my feelings. He's 25, his girlfriend's 20. Expressing my feelings about my girlfriend going to a party with her friend, and for some reason he felt the need to tell me she was also 25 without me. It makes me uncomfortable. So in other words, his girlfriend is going to a party with a friend of hers, and it makes him uncomfortable. He says, my girlfriend has been hanging out with her friend every weekend for the past 3 weeks, and I have no issue with it. Just so she can have fun with her friends. She asked me if she could go to a party tonight with her friend, and I told her I was uncomfortable with her going to it. Bill? I feel like she is disrespecting my feelings about the situation, and I feel like I'm being controlling, which is not the type of person I am at all. And we are going to talk about the chronology of how you handle this kind of thing in just a moment. I've expressed to her my concerns. She stated, I've never been to a Halloween party before. A 20-year-old has never been to a Halloween party before. Okay. I mean, let's assume she's telling the truth.
Bruh.
This is something I want to experience. There are going to be times when I go do things that there will be strangers that you won't be there. I told her, yes, I understand that, but I feel like my feelings are being disrespected due to this being the only thing I didn't feel comfortable with you going to. She's still going to it. I'm just kind of lost in my head right now, and I don't know what to do. I've seen your podcast, so I know you're going to bust my balls, but I genuinely need advice and help on navigating these feelings so I can communicate a little bit better as to how I'm feeling about the situation. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, your method of communication is not the problem, Bill.
Apologize, Johnny.
Oh, I'll take it. I mean, the thing of it is, okay, so you're telling me, number one, that this girl has been hanging out with her friend for every single weekend for the past 3 weeks. So you're telling me you've got blown off on the best date nights of the week so she could hang out with her best friend. Now, I'm not even going to get into what she must be doing on these girls' nights out. Because look, I've been a DJ for a very long time, and I know what girls' nights out include 99 times out of 100. Please tell me I'm wrong in the comments. But in this particular situation, that's not the problem. Guess what? You don't need to worry about what she's doing or who she's hanging out with. The problem is that you decided after you probably earned your way into being her boyfriend that now you want to start creating boundaries. Now you want to start telling her things that bother you. Now you want to start talking about things you wish she wouldn't do. And guess what, man? That's exactly it. You're making wishes. The reason you're making wishes is because you did not set boundaries from the very beginning. There's nothing wrong with you setting boundaries. I don't give a shit whether they tell you, oh, you're being controlling. No, you're not being controlling as long as in the very beginning, before you give her the commitment that she should be asking you for these days, you should be saying, hey, look, that sounds great, but I don't date girls who do A, B, C. I don't date girls who do X, Y, Z. When you put those boundaries out in the very beginning, you don't have to worry about what she's doing or where she's going as long as you're not too goddamn attached to her, which is problem number 2 for you. You are so attached to this girl that you're trying to tell her what to do. She said, screw you, and you still want to hold on to things.
Bruh.
So you already told her how you feel about stuff. The problem is you told her too late. You told her after you gave her the commitment. You told her, you didn't even give her the commitment. You begged her for the commitment. You asked for the commitment. I guarantee you were the one that said, would you like to be my steady girlfriend? And the thing of it is, you didn't set any kind of boundaries. You didn't set any kind of ground rules for how you plan to live your life and how you plan to, lead your relationships. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that given the situation, you haven't led shit. Okay? I didn't mean to spit at the camera there. But the thing of it is that you didn't tell her from the very beginning, look, I'm not comfortable dating a girl who does these things, does that things, because you were afraid that would be the deal breaker and she'd walk away. But somehow you thought that you'd get together with this girl and then you'd be able to make her fall in love with you and she'd be desperate to continue to please you, even though you were the one that she had to qualify for a relationship. So that was your biggest first 2 mistakes. Now what's happening is you're fighting from your heels. You're trying to come from behind here and not the fun way. What you're trying to do now is you have decided that this is going to be a situation where, okay, I've got to figure out a way to not get her to not do this. I got to figure out a way to make her understand how I feel. Dude, she knows how you feel. She does not give a crap how you feel. The fact of the matter is that you did not establish boundaries, so you had to make her team. And now that you remember her team, it's like you're trying to tell the coach how to run the team when you should have been the commissioner of the league.
Bruh. Johnny, hey, well said. Brother, I just love the passionate commitment you put into this for this young man. I really do.
Rufus, I'm sorry, man. No, you know what, Rufus? I'm not sorry. Good.
All right, Rufus, listen to me closely, nephew. What you're feeling is real, but what you do with it, that's what defines you. Okay, let's call this what it is. This isn't about a party. This is about positioning. Okay, it's not the costumes. It's not Halloween. It's not her friends. It's the fact that you feel like you're sharing the number one spot in your own relationship. And that's the real wound, brother. Now,
and there's reason for that.
Let's bring some truth without tearing this young man down, Johnny. Okay. You didn't lose her.
She's already going to do that.
You started losing your peace the moment your world got smaller than hers. Okay. If her friends, her weekends, her plans, her social calendar, they keep expanding, and your confidence, your voice, your boundaries, they keep shrinking. Come on, man. The math's already doing the math, nephew. Okay. But look, here's the twist.
Yeah, Matt doesn't need your help. Yeah.
Doesn't panic at a party he's not invited to because his identity isn't threatened by plans. You're not uncomfortable because she's going. You're uncomfortable because you don't trust the foundation under the two of you. Look, I'm going to free you up.
That's because you didn't build it.
I'm going to free you up for this trap, nephew. You can't negotiate attraction with insecurity. It just don't work like that. All right. You can't parent a grown woman into showing up right, and you can only lead your life so well that she falls in formation or she disqualifies herself. What are we talking about here? Okay, now.
No, he was too busy qualifying himself.
All right. What do you do? What do you actually do here? Okay, because one thing Johnny and I like to do is give you the game on how to move forward. We appreciate your questions, and I applaud you, sir, for writing in and even asking them. Because a lot of men in your situation don't have the courage to ask, hey, in your experience, what's going on here, huh? So I appreciate you taking the time to write us. But here's what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean,
stop
when I was 25, I had nobody to ask. Yeah.
Bro, you got to stop begging her to stay at home. That kills respect instantly. Stop making your peace dependent on her attendance record. Let's start with that, okay? You got to build a life that doesn't collapse when she's not in the room. And you know what? Put this in your pocket, nephew. I want you to enjoy yourself. You need a relationship where you don't compete with the weekend for her presence, okay? And women, they make it easy for you. We say this all the time. When they're into you, nephew, they make it so easy for you. They make themselves so available for you. They will break their own rules, things they told themselves they'd never do again. But you got to be the kind of man that can bring that out of them, that deserves that. They got to respect you. And this begging her to stay at home and telling her you don't want to go. Oh, man, go ahead, Johnny.
Here's the thing. Instead of you setting the standards, you spent the courting process trying to fit hers. And then once you fit it and she decided, oh yeah, sure, I'll be your girlfriend. Then you decided that you're not comfortable with some of the things she does. That comes across as controlling if it isn't completely controlling. Okay. Now, if you set those boundaries at the beginning of the relationship, before you even give her the commitment that once again, she should be, after you guys get it on, she should be laying with you, drawing circles around your nipples going, what are we? And you should be answering her, I don't know, you tell me. I don't date girls to do this. I don't commit to girls to do that. Now, here's the thing. You can have fun with her all you want.
Flag on the play, Johnny. Why are we laying with the bitch after having sex with her? So she's even got the chance to rub on you. Why are you giving a bitch girlfriend energy?
Because I guarantee you that's what happened. I guarantee you that's what happened, though. I promise you that's what happened. Afterwards, he started the pillow talk. He was the one drawing circles around hers asking what they were. And that's just it. The thing of it is, if you're gonna, cuddle. I'm usually tired after mine's very cardio. But the thing of it is that there is no fucking way that you should be the first one to say, "What are we?" You know what you are. You know what you are. You know what you're looking for. You shouldn't be asking what you are. You should be asking whether or not she fits what you are. And you didn't do that. You didn't do that. This girl was so pretty, so attractive, somebody that you wanted so badly that you wanted to make sure that you were the best guy you could possibly think to be to fit her program. And now, once you fit her program, you're trying to run her program. It does not work that way, man. The thing that should be happening is that you should be seeing this girl for a long period of time, or not a long period of time, but you should be seeing this girl for a period of time that gives her the prompt to say to you, "Hey, are we moving this to the next level?" Your response then should have been, "I don't know, you tell me. Here's my boundaries. I don't do this. I don't do that." Whatever it is that bothers you, you definitely should have brought that up and said, and not that specifically, but say, "Look, I don't date girls who go to parties without me. I don't date girls who do girls' nights out. I don't do girls." Whatever it is that you don't like and makes you feel uncomfortable, don't tell her it makes you feel uncomfortable or insecure. Just simply tell her, "I do not date girls who do these kinds of things." Now, the problem is you missed that opportunity. So now you're in a situation where she is going to go ahead and do this. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what you should say, but I don't want you to say it unless you are ready to back it up with your actions. Because if you're not, then I say stick around, get your heart kicked in, and let her go ahead and screw you over whatever way she's going to. It's not going to be at this party. It's going to take longer than this. But go ahead and hang around and let her run the tables on you like she clearly already has. But if not, your thing would be to say to her, "Hey, look, I know we talked about you doing this thing that I'm not real comfortable with. And look, I understand that it's something that's very important to you. And it definitely seems like it's more important to you than our relationship. So I'm going to say, you know what? I think you should go ahead and go and do that thing. And maybe we should both go ahead and move on to find somebody that's a little more compatible with our respective boundaries. Blessings on your journey. Best of luck to you. But I just can't commit to a woman who does these kinds of things. If that's something that you don't want to commit to, believe me, decommit now or pay more later."
Okay, nephew. Okay, Johnny, first of all, before I give him a little more game, I need to talk to all of these young men about this. Why you should not be laying in bed with women after you're done smashing them, giving them boyfriend energy. Okay, what you should do is after you smash them, get up, get dressed, tell them you enjoyed yourself, you had a great time, and to hit you up when they're ready to do that again. Because when you're laying there with them, giving them attention, giving them affection that they haven't necessarily earned, what you're doing is you're shifting the balance of power to where you're pursuing them and you're chasing them. But you get up, put your pants on like a man, and bounce and tell her to get a hold of you when she's ready to do that again. What you're doing is you're causing her to chase you and pursue you. So you should never be laying in bed with a woman, cuddling with her after you get done smashing her and even giving her the opportunity to ask what y'all are, because that's a trap. You just don't recognize it. Y'all are too thirsty. You know, she just put something on you. Y'all, most of you would agree to anything after they put that thing on you. That kryptonite.
Dude.
It's like your little kryptonite.
Especially when you're young and it's good.
You know? So
dude, I get it.
Well, I'm getting off track here, but I'm just
saying
that
I'd say you're on track.
Don't give away your energy like that. Don't lay around and cuddle with these women. When you're done putting their face in the pillow, get up and put your pants on like a man and tell them you'll see them later.
You know what? I mean, I'm going to partially agree with that, but the other part of it is like this. Now, Uncle Bill has that methodology. I don't mind you laying there for a little while, but for the love of God, don't do that post-nut emotional crap, okay? And I think that's where he's trying to tell you guys to avoid this, because a lot of the time after you get that nut, you're sitting there going, oh, now I can be genuine and honest and affectionate. No, that's the wrong time, especially in the early stages.
Face, brother.
Yeah, dude. Well, I don't even care about that. I don't even care about that. But what I do care about is when she starts giving you indicators of interest. Those are going to be mostly in her actions. But, I mean, if you know how to decipher what she's saying and match them to her actions, great. Then you're at least one step ahead of where I thought you were. But Rufus, I don't think that's where you're at. I think what happened was that you probably watched a few too many rom-coms, or maybe you listened to too many Jodeci or Boyz II Men songs. Hey, shout out to both of those groups. I love both of them. But if you follow the advice that you hear in their slow songs, you are going to be labeled a simp by us and labeled a friend by them. And so what's happening here is but that's not even what's happening here. What's happening here is you decided that this girl that you hooked up with, or even if, please, God, I hope you at least hooked up, but this girl that you hooked up with and dated, you thought was so important, so perfect, so wonderful that you dove in headlong and you said, and you probably didn't say this, but when you asked her for the commitment, and I'll bet you did, you said, oh, excuse me, I got the burps. Everything you're doing is perfectly right. Everything you're doing is exactly what I'm looking for in a woman, so don't change a thing. As a matter of fact, not only do I not want you to change a thing, I am ready to commit to you as you are. Remember, when you ask that girl for the commitment, you are buying a used car as is with no fucking warranty. And that's exactly what happened here. And now this girl's about to do something that bothers you, something that makes you uncomfortable, something that makes you feel insecure. And I hate when people throw that word around, but I'm going to throw that out there because I know you are. Because let's face it. We know what girls in their 20s dress like on Halloween 99 times out of 100. I've seen exceptions, but that's why they're called exceptions and not the rule. The fact of the matter is that chances are, I haven't seen a picture of this girl, but she's hot. You probably already saw her costume, and you know how she's going to dress, and you're not going to be there. And you know something? It is okay for you to not be okay with it. But the problem is that you didn't let that be known at the beginning. Because here's the thing. If you would have let that be known at the beginning and she still wanted to go ahead and do this, she'd be like, hey, because you even mentioned she asked you if she could go to the party. My response to her would have been, yeah, of course, you can do whatever you want. I mean, hey, blessings on your journey and best of luck to you. To which she probably would have responded, what do you mean? Are you breaking up with me? No, you're breaking up with me. I told you from the very beginning that this is a boundary for me. That's something that I don't really date girls to do. I'm not upset about you doing it, but what I'm saying is I told you from day one that I do not commit to girls who do these kinds of things. So by you deciding to go ahead and do this, no, I'm not breaking up with you. You're breaking up with me. Now, if you do that, you better be ready to use that weapon you just pulled, because she's going to hit you with everything but the kitchen sink. Well, actually, she might throw the kitchen sink too. She's going to give you the whole, you're insecure, you're this, you're that. I'm going to attack your manhood. I'm going to attack your intelligence. I'm going to attack your maturity. There are stages of this that's going to happen. But the thing of the matter, the fact of the matter is that if you set those boundaries from the very beginning, you should know that that's all fluff. You should know that that's all her trying to shame you into accepting what she's trying to implement. But the thing of it is if you were leading this relationship from the very beginning and you were doing it the right way, you would have set those boundaries and she would have never even had a desire to go to this party. Or if she did, she would have wanted you to go with her. But that's not what's happening. Now what's happening is she wants to go have fun because you have already shown that you were trying your ass off to make her team, which means that you are not as strong in her eyes as you would like to be. And the fact that she's still with you, you should be feeling lucky about that, because as soon as she finds somebody who does know how to lead her, you are gone. Bruh. But you're sitting here talking about a party. You're sitting here crying about her going and having a good time dressed the way a lot of girls dress on Halloween with you not being around. Now, you could put all those things together and figure out what her motivation to want to do this, especially without you, just might be. I don't think I need to tell you. And if I do, I don't know what to do for you. But the fact of the matter is that this girl has already told you that this party is more important to her than your commitment to her. Either that, or she's telling you that she doesn't really believe that you're going to break up with her if she does this. Either way, she doesn't have any respect for your boundaries. She doesn't have any respect for your program. As a matter of fact, as far as she's concerned, I don't even think she knows you have a program. And frankly, I don't know that you have one either. So here's the thing. If you are that uncomfortable with her doing this, I would just go ahead and call her tomorrow. As soon as you see, maybe even as soon as you see this, if she's still up, if you're watching live, I don't know if you are or not, but you should be getting a hold of this girl and say, hey, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe you should go to this party, and maybe I should go look for somebody who doesn't cross these boundaries that I obviously have. You want life one way, I want life another way, and those two things are obviously not meshing right now and probably never will. So, hey, best of luck to you. You know, blessings on your journey. But the thing of it is that don't ever be ignorant about it. Don't be shitty about it, because here's the thing. You might think you're telling her off, but all she sees is weakness when you get upset, when you get mad, when you show emotion about that. Don't you show emotion about that. just tell her, hey, I wish you the best because I hope that whatever you're doing makes you happy in the present, near future, and distant future. But I've got to do things that make me happy in the present, future, and distant future as well. And having a girlfriend who likes to go out and put her body on display and ask that I not be there is not what I'm looking for. Again, and the next time you get into a relationship, and it had better be, it better be after you figure out that you like yourself, why you like yourself, and how you like yourself. It better be after that, or else you're going to repeat this pattern again. But when it does happen, you'll know what to look for, and you'll know to wait for her to ask you, what are we? Because if she does ask you what we are, you should be telling her, I don't know, you tell me. I don't commit to girls who do this. I don't commit to girls who do that. Again, this is the kind of thing that you have to establish as your program, not because you want to control her, but because you want to control yourself and your life and your happiness. I mean, look, right, man, nobody else is going to do it for you, man. You've got to stand up and be ready to do it for yourself. And you better be ready to defend yourself because she's going to call you controlling. And the response you should have to that is, no, I'm not controlling. I am not telling you not to go. I'm telling you that my decision would be to not date somebody who does these kinds of things. My decision is to not date somebody who knows I'm uncomfortable with something and decides she's going to do it anyway. My decision is to be faithful to me. If you're not faithful to you, you won't know how to be faithful to her or anybody else. So you got a choice here, Rufus. You could either be strong and tell her that you no longer want to be committed to somebody who does these kinds of things, or you can go ahead and go along with it and trust her, but we know you're going to blow her phone up while she's gone. You're going to try to, and listen, I've been in your position before, so I get it. I was married to a woman who did this shit. Okay. And so you can either end up like me and be giving advice to people because you've gotten your heart kicked in, or you can actually stand up, have some guts, grow a spine, and tell her, look, there's going to be a finality to this, because otherwise you're going to end up being shamed. You're going to end up being, embarrassed, treated like crap, and probably emasculated in the process. Depends on how long this still goes on before she gets bored with you. Or you can make it very well known that you are not somebody to be disrespected. You are not somebody who is going to just go ahead and say, well, okay, you do some things that I don't really like, but I guess I'll deal with it and let it escalate from here. For the love of God, do not get this girl pregnant.
Well, look, nephew, Rufus, I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to sharpen you. And you, sir, I wish I could say you're out of alignment, but the truth is, I don't think you've ever truly been aligned with yourself or your purpose, or you wouldn't be letting a woman run your life and dictate the terms of it. So, look, this isn't about a Halloween party. This is about a question every man has to ask himself at some point. Am I the leader of my life, or am I emotionally audited every weekend? Like, I want you to know we're rooting for you. I really am glad that you wrote in. So, look, exactly. Thank you. So I need you to hear me loud and clear, Rufus. If you walk away like a man who values peace more than drama, clarity more than chaos, and respect more than revenge.
Absolutely. And if you are not running your own life at 25, believe me when I tell you, whatever woman does decide to allow you to place that ring on her finger is going to run your life from that moment on. Because you are going to be too busy trying to make her team and not even giving a thought to how you should be running your own.
All right, but you want to do it without insults, without accusations, no tantrums,
that's too emo.
Just truth, spine, and closure. So you know what, Rufus? I'll leave it tell you exactly what to say, since you wrote into your favorite uncles, and we appreciate your question. Okay, you need to let her know. Okay, you know what? Here, we'll do it word for word, so you can timestamp this at 31 minutes and go back and review this a couple times. You're gonna look at her and you're gonna say, I care about you, but I can't be in a relationship where I constantly feel like I'm fitting into your life instead of building one with you. I'm not angry. I'm choosing clarity. I'm choosing
And
respect.
peace.
And I'm choosing myself. I genuinely want the best for you, but this ends here. Blessings on your journey.
Absolutely.
Break up with her just like that. As a man, okay, not over a text message, because you, bro, I'll tell you right now, you'll get into a paragraph war with her.
Well,
So-
no. Here's the thing. I would say match her respect for him. If she's telling you all this crap over text message, then feel free to break up with her over text. But once you send that message, either go no contact, or if you have to, block her. But do not, like Bill said, do not get into a debate. Do not get into a. She is going, and like I said, if you do this and she is trying to hold on to you for whatever reason, I don't even care what that reason is, she is going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at you. Well, you shouldn't be so insecure. Well, you shouldn't be. Well, if you were a real man, you would be okay with. And she's going to go from that to, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Why wouldn't you? And if you don't fall for that, it's going to go right back to anger. It's going to go right back to those things that she's going to, because remember, she is not trying to get a relationship with you where she can do what she wants and you will just be okay with it because you trust her. She is getting into a position where she already knows she's in control. She's just demonstrating to herself and you how in control she is. I mean, you're so afraid to sound controlling, but guess what? Don't worry about it. She's in charge here because you didn't set boundaries. You haven't even tried to lead because you have probably listened to society and all the buzzwords and all the whatever else there is on social media telling you that if you're not okay with your girlfriend getting herself into situations that are conducive to cheating, then you're the problem. But I guarantee you that if you were to, wrap those around and she was on here asking us the question, or she was on here asking, the ask your favorite aunts the question, the people in the comments would be like, oh, you go, girl. You don't need that controlling jerk in your life that you already got by the balls. So, I mean, that's just it. The fact of the matter is you got to shut out the noise and remember what's best for you. Practice it and continue. Rufus, that's all I got for you, man.
All right, Rufus.
Rufus, parentheses, not my real name.
Uncle Johnny gave you some of the most solid advice you're going to get on this matter. And I need you to understand that exhibiting emotional control is a power move. So don't get upset about this. Just accept it for what it is. You got to understand, you don't ask for closure, you give it. Okay? You don't apologize 10 times. Once is enough at all. In fact, I don't even do that. Shout out to Kevin Gates. Please forgive me. I'm so not sorry. Okay. And it's really important, nephew, that you don't leave that door cracked, because ambiguity breeds manipulation. It really does. You don't stay friends. That's a slow bleed. That's not healing. And
Uncle Bill, I'm glad you said that, because we have a question, not the next one, the one after that actually deals with that very concept.
You don't need to explain yourself into exhaustion. Silence is a full sentence. Now, look, breakups are hardest for the man who tries to soften the cut. Yeah. You got to really go through it and feel it, okay? The leadership that will come out of this when you all right, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here.
Oh, I get it, though.
But you once you start putting discipline into yourself, once you start respecting yourself, once you start learning how to lead yourself better, and you get a better quality of life, you're also going to get access to better quality women. So, and here's what's crazy. You can't put this work into yourself to get women. It never works like that. Women are a perk of the job. You put the work into yourself for yourself so you can have a better life. And then as a result of that, you won't be able to, you'll get your pick of them, dog. You really will. No more low hanging fruit from you. You will pick from the top of the tree, the ripest, tastiest, juiciest fruit out there. Just stick with us, nephews, and keep asking your questions.
Guys, I'll tell you what, the minute I started focusing on myself and doing what I could to improve my own life, that was when the next thing you knew, I was getting messages from every girl I knew. Well, not every girl I knew, but a lot of girls I knew. And the thing of it is that, you can either love yourself or you can love somebody else. You can either, realize where you want to be in life or realize what you think you need to be to fit somebody else. One of those is a much more sure thing than the other. But yeah, I mean, ladies in the comments, I would love to hear your stories about a guy who had a lot of confidence or little confidence and you were able to tell. I would love to see some insight on that. And also, ladies, if you could in the comments, because I know you ladies are watching, we got a bigger female audience than male. And by the way, guys, that's not good for you. But I would like you to put in the comments how you can tell whether a guy is self-confident or whether he is, I don't want to say, well, you know what? Yeah, I do want to say weak. Whether he's self-confident, weak, or just kind of going along with your flow and not his own. There are definitely indicators for that. And if you've seen them, ladies, I would love to see it in the comments, please. But that's all I got for Rufus, man.
Hey, Thomas, absolutely. This is a call-in show. Call up, ask your favorite uncles, whatever you need to, sir. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely, man. So now we got question 2, and this is from Calvin. And here's another thing. I really, really, really want the ladies to weigh in on this one because Calvin, I think he's got his own thing, but he's not 100% sure about it. And here's what I mean. Here's what I mean by that. He goes, if a girl goes to a guy's house and he shows her his board game collection, what's the difference between, oh, this guy has some cool board games. He's fun, cultured, and not a sports bro. I feel some bitterness there. Let's play some games, have a game night, etc. All the way to, okay, this guy's a man-child with a creepy obsession with board games. In other words, if a girl walks into my place, how many games is it cool to have or not cool to have? How many games can he have before you start wondering, what's wrong with this guy? I'm asking, and he jokingly says, I'm asking for a friend. Here's the thing, man. If board games are part of your program, then board games are part of your program. And there's nothing wrong with not wanting to associate with somebody who thinks it's stupid. What you're asking us is my interest too stupid for a girl to be involved with me? No, your interests are not too stupid for that. It's just a little more specific than most people's are. And here's the thing. If having all those board games, having that collection is something that is truly something about you, something you truly like about you, is it a little nerdy? That's not up for me. That's not up to me. Is it too nerdy? Bill, is that up to you? That's not up to you either, right? It is only up to the person who is doing those things. And you know something? I don't care how nerdy it is. If it's something that is part of you, something that you love, and she doesn't appreciate it, then you know that that's an easy vet out. That's an easy one to say, all right, cool. If you think it's dorky, then don't do it. There's no reason. There's nothing wrong with being who you are and doing the things you do. Not at all. I like karaoke. I know not every girl's into it.
Calvin, nephew,
Bill?
Listen, the problem is never the board games. The problem is what the board games are saying about you before you even open your mouth. Okay, let me translate this for you just so you can understand. She doesn't care if you own 20 board games. She does care if you own no confidence outside of them. Okay, it's not the number, nephew, it's the energy behind it. A woman walks into your crib, she's checking for a few things immediately. I would say top 3 things. Number 1, leadership. Does this man run his world? Number 2, flavor. Does he have a life or does life have him? 3, balance. Is this a hobby or is this a hiding place? So let's answer the real question here, nephew. How many games is too many? It becomes too many when it looks like your personality is the collection. And that goes for records, movies, DVD. When you have
video games,
I have a lot of comic books, but that comic book collection is not my personality. Okay.
he actually does have a great collection.
If your living room is a shrine to like these, I don't know, cardboard dragons and stuff, bro. I mean, okay, you can't, like, if you sound like you're giving a tour instead of hosting a woman, too many games, bro. Okay, like how to make it not a turnoff. I'm glad you asked. It's easy. You don't present it like it's your identity. You present it like your world has layers.
I'll take it a step further. Don't present it like it's something that could be potentially embarrassing to you. If it's something you love and something you're proud of, I don't give a frog's fat ass what she thinks of it. If it's something that is part of you that you can present confidently, she probably won't either. The fact of the matter is, you're worried that something you love is too nerdy. So right there, you are already saying you're not. I don't think your question has nearly as much to do with video games as it does with, am I going to be perceived by somebody else's bet? Who the hell cares? You're going to be perceived the way anybody else who encounters you and knows that about you is going to perceive you. But here's the thing. If what you are doing is presenting this to somebody as part of who you are, and you can present it confidently, and you're proud of that, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of that. If you are able to present that in a way that you know that it's just part of who you are, you can laugh at yourself a little bit, but you know that it's something that you don't live without, you shouldn't live without, and you couldn't live without. Why should you? Why should you alter your personality so that somebody else is going to like you? If board games are a big thing for you, board games are a big thing for you. And that's not to say that it's got to be a big thing for her, but if she's going to make fun of that or she's going to judge you for that, why the hell would you want to see her again anyway? By the way, Mini Mom, I do have it on good authority that you cheated. Mini Mom, I do have it on good authority that you do cheat on Candyland, though. So I'm not, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you where I heard that, but I'm pretty sure you cheat at Candyland.
All right, nephew, let me give you some game with this, because one thing we love to do on this show is give you some advice to help you go forth and conquer. So what you should not do, I'm going to say this again. This is what do not do this. If you do, expect to hear this the next time you call in. Don't say, these are all 74 of my games. Let me explain the rarity of each one.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
Bruh.
What you should do, and this is like I said, again, this is how I would approach it, because I'm always vetting women. I would say, I love strategy games. They help keep my mind sharp. You ever play?
By the way, Rufus, if you do play Warhammer, get a hold of me.
All right. Well, the difference is one says, this is my personality. Please accept it. The other says, this is part of my life. Come step into it if you want.
Mini Mom, I don't think you want any of me in Scrabble. Just letting you know.
Oh, she's saying you're a sore loser, and
I am not a sore loser, and you don't know that. And I will kick your butt in Scrabble. Bring it on. We can play online.
All right.
I can spell, damn it.
Nephew. Confidence invites, insecurity displays. Here's the rule, Calvin. Hobbies are attractive, hideouts are not. A woman wants to feel like she's stepping into your world, your mission, not filling the only empty chair in your universe. Okay, you can have a shelf full of games. Just don't make her feel like she's competing with them for relevance. All right.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
a hobby makes you interesting. A lifestyle makes you predictable.
And if you're afraid that hobby makes you nerdy, then you're thinking of it the wrong way, and you're approaching that concept the wrong way.
Well, keep your passion. Just make sure you are still the centerpiece of your life, not the cardboard empire behind you. You lead the room, not the collection. Next question, sir.
All right, so moving along. So this is from Eric, and wow. So Uncle Bill, the ass kicking we gave the last two guys is probably going to be dwarfed by this one.
Bruh.
So Eric says, the girl that rejected me called me while drunk, and I don't know what this means. She, who is 30 and a single mother, and he is 29. She was his good friend years ago. So basically, she friend zoned him years ago, but whatever. But we drifted apart, which means that he fell out of even her friend zone. This year, we got in contact again, and I fell for her. And, as predicted, she rejected me. Eventually, maintaining the friendship was too painful for me, so I told her we should stop talking, and I went no contact. Did you actually tell her that it hurt too much to be her friend and you stopped talking to her?
Johnny, hold on a second. We got a call here.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's good, nephew? You're on with your favorite uncles. How can we help you out tonight, sir?
Hey there, guys. How we doing? How we doing?
Appreciate
Hey,
you
pretty
calling
good, man. How you
in.
been? What's your question, brother? Nephew, I mean.
My dad was kind of like an NPC in the household. My mom kind of had the pants. And when I left home, I realized how many lessons that I missed that I should have been taught as a kid.
Yeah.
And one of those specifically is when it comes to working hard. And I find that I tend to sedate myself, not through like drugs or anything, but through just general distractions, just surfing the internet, just being retarded. And it takes me away from doing things that I should be doing. And I find that it's like an avoidance thing. So I was just curious if you guys had any advice surrounding that. How can you, deprogram yourself, I guess, from maybe a bad childhood where you didn't have as many good lessons, and how can you avoid sedation when it comes to fulfilling your purpose?
Well,
Shit, that's a great question. That is a great question.
Nephew, I got to tell you, what you're doing is seeking comfort. And as men, we got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, I do that through a certain level.
You're going to
of
be
discipline.
anyway.
I fast 20 hours a day. That's not easy to do, especially when everybody around me is constantly eating food. They're eating breakfast, they're eating lunch. But I have my own reasons for doing that. So I stick with my discipline. The point of it is I get strength from that, from being able to accomplish things that other people can't. They're too weak to do it. So these mind-altering substances, I get that. I don't talk about this on the show a lot, but bro, I was a career criminal and I was a drug addict. So I turned my life around, and really it's my children that saved me and gave me purpose and the reason I got off drugs. I was on a Suboxone program for a few years, and I had a good doctor who helped wean me down off of that, and I'm real grateful for that. But here's the thing. I know this goes all the way back to your childhood, your dad being an NPC. I'm really glad you put it like that, because that's not how men are supposed to move. Men are supposed to dictate terms. They're supposed to lead their household. They're supposed to show you how you as a man are expected to act as an adult. With your mom being in charge, and we see this all the time. So many dads like yours will sleep on the couch and they have this happy wife, happy life attitude. But here's the problem. Your mom can't teach you how to be a man. She was too worried about protecting you and keeping you safe, which may kind of be some of the reason that you're seeking comfort the way you do now. But I really appreciate you calling in. We're going to give you a little bit of game on this on how to help you out. So I think you got a good head on your shoulders. You realize that whenever you're sedating yourself, you're pulling yourself away from your purpose. So you already know what you should be doing. We just got to get you doing it. Really, you got to go through the motions and make yourself do these things. So all right, like tomorrow, just don't use tomorrow. Don't tell yourself you're never going to use again. Just get through tomorrow, brother, without using something, without using a substance to alter your mind.
Yeah. One day at a time. My God, yeah, one day at a time.
Now, I know that sounds like every AA meeting every judge has ever made you attend, but
there's a reason they say that.
I knew this old head, okay, and this guy was rich and he had money and he really liked to smoke dope. And he was able to quit smoking dope because he told himself, one day I'm going to smoke dope again. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be today. I got things to do with my life today. But tomorrow I'll put myself in the position where I can do whatever I want. And that day never came for that man, because after a few years of consistency, he was able to turn his life around and get off of this shit altogether. But that was how he got through every day, by telling himself tomorrow next week, next month. You know what I mean? I'll get back to it then. Now, I've never been to rehab. I'll level with you because I think rehab is for quitters. I didn't need somebody to come along and pat me on my ass and tell me it's going to be okay. I took accountability for my life. I beat myself up so the world couldn't do that to me. And what I did is I forged an invincible man standing in front of you today. And I realized that being of service is one of the most important things I can do. That is my purpose, sir. Being of service and helping men like yourself. So I'm grateful that you called in and allowed me to fulfill my purpose tonight.
Dude, yes.
So, Johnny, what do you say?
Yes.
Get this man a little bit of advice for calling in on how to keep his head on straight, how to move forward. You got to understand that
Tommy,
you write the own code for your life at this point. You need to develop a program, regardless of what happened with your father, regardless of what happened when you were a child, how you want your life to be. You decide that right now. You write the program for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and go along with Uncle Bill on this one. I think the best thing you can do is decide what you want out of life and how you're going to get it. Because remember, it's great to have goals, but without a plan, all you're doing is making a wish. So when you decided that you were going to kind of follow a routine, and I mean, it could be something starting as basic as, like we said earlier, making your bed every day. That's a very simple task. But if you do that, that's going to inspire you to say, well, what else should I be doing every day? And you know what I do? I have a checklist on my phone. I've got simple things to do every day and things that are maybe not quite so simple. For example, today, of course, I had make your bed like I do 7 days a week, but I also had, hey, take your trash out because, tonight's trash night. As a matter of fact, I even have to take your recyclables boxes every 2 weeks. And I don't remember which week it is unless I put that reminder in there. Well, it's tonight. So as soon as we're done here, that's what I'm going to do. The point is that I want you to establish a routine. I want you to establish a regimen, and I want you to establish a schedule and stick to it because the only person that's going to benefit is you. But I really want you, before you do that, I don't want you to just blindly schedule things. I want you to kind of sit down and decide what you want out of the next, I don't want to say out of the next 5 years or out of your entire life. I want you to decide what you want to do in the next 3 months. And then I want you to decide what you think the best path to doing that is going to be. And based on that, make a schedule, week to week, month to month. Because remember, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And I want you to decide when that step's going to happen, how far you're going to walk each day, and how you're going to celebrate when you look behind you and realize how far you've come, because that's important too. You need to reward yourself. So you've got a program, you've got your own self-rewarding system. And once you've got that, you're going to be, and once you've truly got that, once you've truly only done this for nobody else but yourself, people will follow you, not just ladies. Ladies will be attracted to you, but the more important thing is people will follow you at work. People will follow you personally. People will be asking your advice just like you're asking ours. And hell, I'd like to have you on the show someday when you've seen that that's working out for you, man. I really would.
I appreciate it, guys.
I have some quick questions real quick for you. All right. So you said your dad was a bit of an NPC. Do you have any older brothers or younger brothers?
I'm the only son. I have a younger sibling, but I was the only son. I'm actually not even his biological son. I'm his stepson.
Okay.
I know about that too.
Well, that may have been part of the reason why he didn't take a huge interest in you. Okay.
Listen, I mean, I raised a kid that wasn't mine too, and believe me, I heard the threat of that child being taken away from me every single day until she was. So I get that.
Here's the thing. He might not have been as invested in you as you like, but he did take care of you. He did put a roof over your head. He did not teach you the things that you need to move forward. So now it's on you to learn those. Yeah. But you got some other issues here. I'm a little more concerned with your substance abuse issues and you being able to govern yourself properly, because you're going to run into things every single day, a dozen times every day, that are going to make you want to seek comfort. And if that's your go-to whenever you're in a stressful situation, it's going to be really hard for you to turn your life around if you're seeking comfort with substances.
And I want you, I want you to know, man, if you're seeking comfort, solace, advice, or, you know, even just the desire to not be left alone with your own thoughts and problems, you got your uncles here. You can leave us. I got my email in the description. Uncle Bill's got his too. You can DM us and listen. I mean, if I don't get back to you right away, I promise you the next time my eyes open, because the only way I'm not going to respond to you is if I'm asleep. The next time my eyes are open, I'll be there. And if I don't know what to tell you, I'm at least going to be there to give you support in finding the answer. And if I can, I'll even provide you with a couple of resources. You know, yeah, I mean, you know, you're important to us, and you know, just as much as your own success is important to you. So, you know, we're here to help you. I'd love to follow up with you in the future, and hopefully the very near future, man. I really, dude, I love you for calling in, man. I really do.
Okay, here's the thing. You have to find other ways to deal with this stress and other outlets. You go to the gym at all?
I do, but I'm not as consistent as I should be.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there.
Quite consistent.
Tommy,
But,
you're the first person. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you.
No, go ahead.
Tommy, you're the first person that I've ever actually said this to on the show directly. I have a challenge for you. And I don't know if you've seen the show before, but I've got a challenge called the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge. And the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge means that if you're not already doing it, I want you to get to the gym 3 days a week for 4 weeks consistently. Make it 4 weeks, 3 times a week. Don't increase it until you can manage to do that for 4 weeks consistently. But once you've done 4 weeks in a row of 3 days apiece, I want you to up it one day to 4 days a week for 4 more weeks. And along the way, I don't care whether it's a week down the road, 2 weeks down the road, I would love to hear you from you and how things are going. But I guarantee you that somewhere along that journey, and the thing of it is, it's not the workouts that are going to teach you. It's the self-discipline, and you're reminding yourself to be consistent that is going to make you stronger up here. The weights will take care of this part. The weights will take care of that. But I think that you're really going to see, in a way that most of us men who decided to do this has made them see, that when you can be consistent for 8 weeks and complete a challenge that is meant for nobody else but you, you're going to realize that you've invested a lot of time, effort, and blood, sweat, and tears into yourself. You should accept nothing less from anybody else who wants to be in your life, brother. Nephew.
I'd also like to see you come up with new ways to reward yourself.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Not just. And I need to know a little more about you and the things you like to do, but you know you really well. So some of the things you like to do, come up with a reward system for yourself. If you didn't use any substances tomorrow, you know, treat yourself to something, whatever it may be. I'd really like to see you get sober. And I know that's boring. I know that sucks. And I know that's big of me to say because I go out for a drink from time to time. But it's your mindset that you need to work on, nephew. And you got to do things that you don't want to do. And that forms new neural pathways in your brain. And that's going to be really important as you try to improve your life and better yourself. And like I said, when you first called in, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Tommy, thank you so much, man. I love you, brother. Yeah, absolutely.
Please call back anytime.
Yeah.
Ask us to elaborate. Subscribe to Johnny. Write us with your questions. We're here for you, nephew.
All right, man. We're going to move on to the next question. But, dude, thank you so much for calling in, man. I mean, and by the way, guys, we got the call-in number. And if you guys want to ask this question live, please give us a call.
All right. Thanks, nephew. We're here if you need us.
All right, Tommy, go get him, baby. You got this. Let's go.
All right, Johnny. So
I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and start from the start, and I'm happy to do it because I love when you guys call in. I'd much rather hear you guys call in and see the comments. But I also know we got to take care of my buddy Eric here. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning. But he says the girl that rejected me called me while drunk, and I don't know what this means. I do. So she is 30. She's a single mother. He's 29. They were good friends years ago, but they drifted apart. He says, we got in contact again, and I fell for her, but she rejected me. Eventually, maintaining the friendship was too painful for me, so I told her we should stop talking. And I went no contact. So what you did was you told her, oh, I have too many feelings for you, so we shouldn't talk. I'm going to go ahead and say that really sounds like a ploy, but I'm going to, whatever. He says this was 2 weeks ago as of the time I received this, which was Friday. Yeah, Friday. She didn't block me after this, but she hid her TikTok reposts and likes from me. And I can't see when she is online on Facebook. I don't know why she did this, but I don't mind. At least I don't see her on my socials, so it's easier for me. During this 2 weeks, she sent me TikTok videos twice. I did not respond. Finally, you showed some self-control. We were sending TikTok videos to each other all the time before I went no contact. Yesterday, she was drunk and she called me. She wanted me to come over, but we talked and eventually she said she is going to sleep and she doesn't even know why she called me and told me to enjoy my life and hung up. Now, I don't know what to do, what this means. I was getting better in those 2 weeks, but now I'm back where I started. This is a classic, Bill. Take first crack at this one. You know what she's doing. We both know what she's doing.
And that right there is all you need to know about bitches.
All right, look, nephew, a drunk phone call is not a resurrection. It's a flashback. Let's get one thing straight. She didn't call you because she suddenly realized your worth. She called you because alcohol lowered her standards. It didn't lift clarity, okay? And look, I'm not here to shame her. She's a human being. She's got wounds. She's got a story, but you're confusing nostalgia with interest. Okay, let me decode this for you.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Sober rejection equals decision. Drunk dialogue equals access to attention. Reconnection fantasy equals ego flattery. Okay. And look, you even mentioned something about her being a single mom. So she probably needs some structure in her life. Who knows? You didn't go too far into it. But you're hearing maybe, and nephew, life already told you no. And look, I need you to hear this, okay? Yeah. You don't heal old rejection with new access, all right? No. You just reopen old wounds with VIP seating, okay? She's 30. She's a mom. Respect that.
And she friend zoned you years ago.
Bro, a man is not a weekend emotional support animal summoned by tequila and regret. Now, the real question, what you should do, handle it like a grown man with compassion and boundaries.
And self-respect.
A response you can use. I'll give him a response you can use. You can tell her, look, I care about you as a person, but I'm not interested in revisiting something that already has ended. I respect you and I want the best for you. Blessings on your journey.
Bless that bitch.
Blessings on your journey.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. No revenge. No soft closing. No maybe in the future. No midnight therapy sessions unless it's with your favorite uncles.
Oh, God, no.
All right.
And we try to get you in bed by 11 o'clock because, you got to work tomorrow. At least you should have to.
All right, Eric. A drunk call can reveal emotion, but can never define.
Especially when at the end of the call, she told you to go to hell because you didn't succumb to her bullshit.
Well, you want connection that chooses you in the daylight, not confusion that dials you at 1 a.m. All right, look, honor her story, but don't sign up to repeat it. You're not the afterthought. You're the upgrade she lost access to.
Bruh.
Yeah.
All right, John, do you got any other questions?
I mean, and the thing of it is, so she called you drunk. She wanted you to come over, and you probably said, well, do you like me? Is this going to be this and that? I guarantee you that the questions you asked were, what's going to happen when I come over there? Don't ask that. If you're going to go over there and get your heart kicked in and figure it out. Or set a boundary and say, maybe that's not such a good idea. You don't sound totally sober, and let's face it, we've never had a history. Because here's the thing. You are giving every hour of every day of thought, at least it seems like it from this email, to a girl who friend-zoned you years ago, and when she's sober, wouldn't piss on you if you burst into flames. Okay? So the fact of the matter is that
John, did you freeze?
I did for a second there. Sorry.
No, it's cool.
The fact of the matter is that what's up?
No, go ahead, run it.
Okay. The fact of the matter is that this is a girl who friend zoned you, probably was not getting the action she thought she deserved for a while, decided to contact you and want you to come over because she wanted to see somebody as interested in her as you are. She needed a dopamine rush. The D she needed stood for dopamine, not that. So, the thing of it is that this is a girl that you should probably be letting go. I wouldn't even tell her blessings on your journey, best of luck to you. I would actually block her and ghost her. I wouldn't even waste my time with her. You've already wasted enough time and effort on a girl. Who truly, I don't even think she really wants to be your friend. She just wants you on her roster. She wants you to be on that list of guys she can call or text when she wants or needs something. And if you continue to entertain that, here's the problem. You're back to where you started. Then finish it. Get out of it. You're wasting your time. You're wasting it. Believe it or not, she doesn't realize that you're wasting her time. But the most important thing is you are wasting your time and your energy. And those are the two most important resources you have. You know why? Because no matter how wealthy you become someday, nobody's ever going to give you more than 24 hours each day. And your coffin's going to be the same size as mine. Use your life wisely, not stupidly. Get away from her.
Yeah, bro, I'd say run away from this woman. She's just not showing you the interest that women who are into you do. Like, if she were, like, you wouldn't be able to keep this woman away from you. If she was, you would honestly, Johnny, tell him. There are times where you almost need a restraining order to keep women away from you.
Trust me on that.
So
I've done that.
The fact that when a woman is on the fence about seeing you or not, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. If she is not like, when can I see you? When are you coming over here? When are you giving me that? Don't waste your time.
The D that doesn't stand for dopamine. All right, so like I said, this girl's a lost cause. I'm not gonna spend any more time on this question. Just like you shouldn't spend any more time on her. So we got one bonus question, and this is a quick one. I got this like not even 10 minutes before I joined the the podcast. This is from Clay, and Clay says, "Tomorrow is my ex's birthday. Should I send a?" He goes, "Send a happy birthday or nah?" We never speak or anything, but my gut tells me to leave it alone. But I just want to know my uncle's thoughts. I wish I had more context for this, because if you had an amicable split, there's really nothing wrong with you giving a brief happy birthday and forgetting about it. But that's kind of where you should be. Actually, my most recent ex-committed girlfriend, it was her birthday today. I sent her a text, happy birthday, because we had a good split. Things weren't bad. And I'm not looking to get back with her, and I'm pretty sure she ain't looking to get back with me. But look, everybody deserves a happy birthday. But here's the thing. If this girl was the kind of girl who did you the way that our three question askers tonight, our three viewers tonight that sent us in questions, if those girls were treating you in any way, shape, or form like that, you can give her a happy birthday, but I wouldn't even put an exclamation point on it. I would say happy birthday, ... And that's at the very, very most. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't even do that. I would say if your gut is telling you to leave it alone, your gut's probably telling you to leave it alone because of the way things went. Your gut is probably telling you to leave it alone because you already know up in here and up in there and down here that there's nothing good going to come of it. You know what that's called? That's called gut instinct. And I highly recommend that you follow it. Because no matter how much modern society, especially feminists, will tell you, oh, man's gut doesn't know shit. No, it does. And even if it is wrong, you still did what your convictions told you to do. So if your gut is telling you not to do it, then your uncles are telling you not to do it. They'll do it. Bill?
Hey, Johnny, I'm glad you answered that first because I wasn't even going to let him finish his sentence. No,
I could tell.
Do not reach out. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when the moon hits your feelings just right. Let me translate.
Or if it hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
Let me translate what you're
That's
really
not amore.
asking. Okay, you're asking your uncles here, should I risk reopening a closed door just to prove I still care? And the answer to this is like, care is not an invitation. History is not a home address, and birthdays are not portals to redemption. The relationship ended. The celebration rights ended with it.
And you might find her at the same Halloween. You might find her at the same Halloween party as our boy Rufus's girlfriend. So, you know.
Okay, well, look, a happy birthday text from an ex doesn't say, I hope you're well. What it's going to say to her is, I still want to sit at a table I no longer eat at. And nephew, listen to me.
Or even worse, it's going to say, I miss you and I hope you respond.
Healing does not need an anniversary. Moving on does not need a ceremonial goodbye. And self-respect does not send holiday reminders to old chapters. Now, you want to go deeper?
Yeah, here's the thing.
If she wanted to hear from you, she'd already be in your life. If the connection had unfinished business, it wouldn't be finished. What you're feeling isn't obligation, nephew. It's nostalgia wearing a timestamp. Okay, so let me give you this line for the night. And, you know, for the listen. A healed heart doesn't knock on a locked door just to check the temperature inside. Wish her well, silently. Let life deliver the message without using your hands. Your growth is the goodbye card. Your absence is the closure. Your silence is the birthday candle that lights the truth. Honor the past by not returning to it.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you're driving down, and listen, I might be living in Pittsburgh now, but I remember what it was like to live in Ohio driving down 570, Route 11, I-80, whatever it is. The fact of the matter is, you should know better than to drive down those highways and only be looking in the rearview mirror and not on the road that's ahead of you. And that sounds like that's kind of what you would be doing if you were to do this. But the good thing is, your gut is already telling you, well, we already told you. Don't do it, man. It ain't worth it. All right. I'm glad I'm glad if you guys, you know, whatever. But the thing that is, I dropped a happy birthday on my ex because we had an amicable split. We both know that we both know that each other is not what we're looking for. But remember, that's an advanced class. You're not there yet. And even if you were, the fact that you told us your gut told you not to is the very fact. It is the very reason why you shouldn't. Because again, if you follow your desire to just say happy birthday, I mean, what's your real reason for that? What good would that do? I know that sounds selfish, but how would that improve your life? Because the thing of it is that if you were even thinking about it to begin with, it sounds like you're trying to reestablish and then maintain contact. But your gut told you not to. And I think you really should listen. Gentlemen, and I'm going to, please pay attention when I say this. Gentlemen, a man is a man because he knows how to trust his gut instinct, follow it, and even if he's wrong, the fact is he's a man because he's stuck to his guns. He's stuck to his convictions. Whether he's right or wrong doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that he put his program up against the things that were happening around him. Most of the time you win. Sometimes you lose. In this situation, you actually have a choice. And thankfully, your gut is telling you the same thing your uncles are going to tell you. Leave it alone.
All right, listen up, nephews. Before we sign off tonight, I want you guys to hear this. We don't gather here to gossip about life. We come here to rise above it. Come with your questions about heartbreak, boundary, fathers, insecurities, temptations, and we answer everything with the same truth. I need you to understand that you should become the man who doesn't bleed on people who didn't cut him. Okay, choose discipline over desperation, love with a backbone, not a void, and lead your life. Don't negotiate with it. We don't give advice here. We give direction. Okay, we don't hand out sympathy. We hand out standards. If nobody told you today, hear it from me. You're not stuck. You're under construction. You're not rejected. You're being redirected. You're not losing. You're shedding weight you were never meant to carry. And remember this. Let this be the line you walk away with tonight. A man doesn't rise by luck. He rises by choice. And he makes that choice every single day. Now go. Choose to do better. Go forth and conquer. Heal with discipline, not distraction. And become someone your future children will be proud of. All right, John, you got anything to say before we wrap this up tonight? Because I just love them.
I sure do.
I want y'all to stay dangerous, stay humble, and stay growing. What do you got, Johnny?
I sure do. And that goes for all you guys. And remember, adding to that, at all times, it's important to keep in mind, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park. Because as we all know, accidents cause people. Good night, guys.
Stay dangerous, nephews.
Yeah.